Like, subscribe, and hype the video. Also, leave a comment on any topics you want to hear about in the future. Okay, let's dive in. In October of 2017, astronomers detected something that had never been confirmed in the entire history of human observation. An object that had traveled here from outside our solar system entirely, passing through our cosmic neighborhood on a path that came from interstellar space, and was already on its way back out, never to return. It was given the name Oumuamua, and almost everything about it broke the rules of what astronomers expected an object like this to look like. It was tumbling strangely. It was shaped unlike any comet or asteroid ever recorded. And at one point it sped up in a way that shouldn't have happened at all, based on the laws of physics alone. Today, we're walking through exactly what astronomers actually observed, measurement by measurement. And in our next episode, we're getting into the theories about what this thing actually was, including the genuinely serious case a Harvard astrophysicist made that it might have been artificial. Stick around for that one. But first, let's understand what made this object so strange in the first place. Oumuamua was first detected on October 19, 2017, by astronomer Robert Warwick using the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii, a system specifically designed to scan the sky for moving objects that might pose a risk to Earth. At first, it looked like it might just be another routine asteroid or comet detection, something Pan-STARRS catalogs regularly. But as astronomers calculated its trajectory more precisely, something became immediately clear. This object's path through the solar system was hyperbolic, meaning its trajectory was curved in a way that meant it was not gravitationally bound to our sun at all. Every comet and asteroid we'd ever observed up to that point had originated from within our own solar system, following elliptical orbits that kept them gravitationally tied to the sun, returning again and again over time. Oumuamua's path showed the opposite. It had arrived from interstellar space, swung past the sun once, and was now heading back out, never to return to our solar system again. This made it the first confirmed interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system, something astronomers had long theorized must happen occasionally, but had never actually confirmed with real data until this exact moment. Like, subscribe, and hype the video, because the strangeness of this object was just getting started. As astronomers studied the object's brightness changing over time, they noticed something else unusual. Oumuamua's brightness fluctuated dramatically and rapidly as it tumbled, varying by roughly a factor of 10 over the course of just a few hours. Based on this fluctuation pattern, scientists calculated that Oumuamua had to be extremely elongated. Estimates suggested a length-to-width ratio of somewhere between 5:1 and 10:1, making it dramatically longer than it was wide, similar in concept to a cigar or elongated pancake shape, rather than the more typical round or moderately irregular shape seen in almost every asteroid and comet ever observed before it. No previously observed natural object in our own solar system has ever displayed proportions this extreme. While elongated shapes aren't physically impossible for natural objects to form, the degree of elongation calculated for Oumuamua sat at the far extreme edge of anything astronomers had cataloged before, making it stand out immediately in comparison to literally every other object we'd ever measured. Here's where things get more confusing. When Oumuamua first approached the sun, astronomers expected that if it was a comet, an icy object that releases gas and dust as it warms up, it would develop a visible tail and a glowing cloud around it called a coma, the same way every other comet we've ever observed behaves when passing close to the sun's heat. Oumuamua showed no visible tail and no detectable coma whatsoever, even as it passed closer to the sun than Mercury's orbit, well within the distance where any icy comet should have been actively releasing visible gas and dust. Based on its appearance alone, multiple research teams initially classified it as an asteroid rather than a comet, assuming it was simply a bare, rocky object without significant ice content. But that initial classification ran into a serious problem almost immediately, one that became the single strangest detail of the entire encounter, and the reason this object is still being debated today. Like, subscribe and hype the video, and let's get into the detail that made headlines around the world. As astronomers continued tracking Oumuamua's exact position and speed after it passed the sun, they discovered something that didn't match its calculated trajectory, based purely on gravity. The object experienced a small but measurable extra acceleration, slightly faster than gravity alone could explain, as it moved away from the sun. For comets, this kind of unexpected acceleration has a well-established, completely natural explanation: outgassing. When ice on a comet's surface vaporizes from solar heating, the escaping gas acts like a tiny rocket thruster, very slightly pushing the comet off its purely gravity-based path. This effect has been observed and measured on countless comets throughout the history of astronomy. The problem was that Oumuamua showed absolutely no visible signs of outgassing at all. No detectable tail, no coma, no visible dust or gas being released, despite showing this same kind of acceleration normally associated with active outgassing. Researchers proposed possible explanations, including invisible water ice outgassing too faint to detect with the instruments available at the time, but no observation team was ever able to directly confirm gas emissions strong enough to fully account for the measured acceleration. This left scientists with a genuinely unusual puzzle: an object behaving like a comet in terms of its motion, while looking and acting like a bare asteroid in absolutely every visible respect. By the time astronomers fully recognized how unusual Oumuamua actually was, it was already speeding away from Earth, deeper into the outer solar system, on its way back out into interstellar space permanently. The entire window humanity had to study this object directly, lasted only a few months, using ground-based telescopes from a significant distance. No spacecraft was anywhere near ready to intercept or study it up close before it was already gone. By January of 2018, Oumuamua had become too faint and too distant for even the most powerful telescopes available at the time to continue gathering meaningful data. It's now traveling permanently out of our solar system, never to return, with no further direct observations possible using any technology currently available to us. That means everything astronomers know about this object comes from a brief handful of months of distant observation. And once it became clear how strange the data actually was, there was no second chance to look closer, no follow-up mission, and no way to directly examine it again. So here's the real story of Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system, shaped unlike any natural object ever recorded, showing no visible signs of being a comet while still accelerating like one, and gone forever before we ever got a real chance to study it up close. In our next episode, we're getting into every major theory for what this object actually was, including the genuinely serious, peer-reviewed argument a Harvard astrophysicist made that it might have been an artificial object, possibly alien technology, and the reasons many other scientists pushed back hard against that idea. This is one of the rare cases in our entire series where the alien theory isn't just internet speculation. It came from a real, credentialed scientist, and the debate that followed got genuinely heated. Stick around for that one. Like, subscribe and hype the video so you don't miss part 2, and let me know in the comments what you think Oumuamua actually was. I'll see you in the next one.